Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? Can everybody hear me okay? If you can, please press 1. Please hit that like button on your way in. Show a little bit of support for the channel. And it also helps get the word out that we are live. Okay, great. You guys can hear me great. Because I got my new setup going on here and I'm not so sure of it. So my old microphone died, so we had to get a desktop one. Okay, so we're just going to wait and let a few people get in here. Des is on her way. Just shoot her a quick message here. Good morning, Nana. Good morning, Justice, Cindy, Freedom Flag, Lisa, Sonia, Sil, Ashley, Lisa McCauley, hello. Freedom Flag, hello, everybody. Glitter Queen, Summer Dawn, hello, everybody. Wilma Smith, hello, everybody coming in and everybody that's here. Hello, Garden Girl, and good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Vinny, hello, good morning. Good morning, Lady Hawk. Good morning, everybody coming in. So what I want to do, you guys, I've been watching a lot of the other channels regarding the Summer Wells case. I've watched both of the father's interviews, and there's a lot, to me, there's a lot of red flags. Good morning, Nancy T, Lucinda, good morning. Wendy Knox, Monica, good morning, everybody coming in. Sorry if I missed you. And I've got a few things that I want to show you guys why I believe my read is smack on. I did the read, I think, a couple days after she went missing. And there's some things that the father said in his first interview. He's changed up his story. Hello, Justice Seeker, Angel Girl, Diana, and Mimi, Monica. Hello, everybody. Yeah, Monica, there's just a lot I want to go over right now, but we'll get into that in a bit, or you can share that in the comments section once the video is uploaded. But just, I will ask for, if anybody has any feelings or whatever, but I just want to get through what I want to show you guys first, if that's okay. Yeah, the last interview, Glitter, was very telling. There is so many, and I picked up on these red flags right away. Okay, good morning, Deborah. Good morning, everybody coming in. So the first thing I want to show you guys, so let me just share my screen here. I want to share this photo because this photo is very important, okay? I will show you an aerial photo to show you, most of you have seen it, but for those who haven't, there's things that are very telling in this. If you notice, okay, so this is their home. This is the door here that they're saying Summer came out of. Now, I've learned a lot of information. There's stuff that was emailed to me, and there's stuff that I've gotten from other channels. There's another channel. She's found a lot, and I'm going to go over that, and I'm going to give her credit for the parts that, that I'm using in her video. But and I will also put her link in the description below so you guys can go and check out her channel, because she's got a lot over there. I'm going to show you a couple things from it that I think are very important and things that she got. Yes, Roxy, I am going to do an update on this because I also want to try and get if anything, I can't say what's going to come out in the read. All I can do is ask my ancestors to try and connect with certain people, and I get what I get. Okay. You can't force spirit to give you something that they don't want to give you. So, because I really want to know about, I've been hearing a lot and I've been getting tons of emails, you guys, about the sister of the mother that went missing years ago. And apparently, Candus was the last one to be seen with her too. So I don't want to get too much in depth on that right now. I do know about it. And I'm going to try and include that in the next read, in the updated read, which I will be doing either today or tomorrow. I do have private reads, you guys, that I've got to catch up on. But if I can get it in there, and there's also another very high profile case that I've been getting. I probably got about 50 emails wanting me to do this case. What's their name? Paul and Maggie Murdoch. So that's another case that I have to get going on too, because I'm just getting nonstop requests for it. So that's going to be probably the next live, the next public read that I do is going to be that one. And then I will do the update on summer, or I might do it reverse. I don't know yet. Okay, so getting back to this photo, things that I have learned. This trailer over here is where the grandmother, so Summer's grandmother, was living in this trailer. Okay, you can see the dog here. See where the dog is laying? Right in between, right? So this is where the grandmother was living. The garden is right here at the end of the trailer. The garden that they were apparently working in. Here is the door that apparently Summer left through. Okay, so right away, red flags started coming up when Mr. Barry Morphew, number 2, started changing his stories. Okay, and I do find it very odd, you guys, that the mother is not speaking. And I believe, and this is my opinion, the father has created a narrative. Okay, this case reminds me so much of Barry Morphew. If you guys aren't familiar with that case, please check out my videos on my channel, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, that was Des. She is on her way in now. I'm getting a lot of Barry Morphew vibe from this. Okay, so he changes his story. He says that when she went in the house, so where did she go in? Did she come around and go in this door? Did she go in a door up here? We don't know, right? But apparently she was over here, right where I'm pointing, at the back of the grandmother's trailer, helping plant a garden. The mother said that she watched her go in the door. So I'm assuming that there's a door on the other side over here where she watched her go in. This is apparently the basement door where she left from. Now you can see from here, this is their driveway. It comes up and it goes around, okay? And I will show you that picture in a minute. So here's the dog laying here. So I'm assuming the dog is always laying around in this spot, watching for people coming up the driveway, whatever, okay? So good morning, sis. So what I'm saying here is they were here planting a garden. They would see or hear anybody coming up this driveway. The dog would have been barking at a stranger. And this is not very far. Now, the father says he thinks somebody came and kidnapped her, abducted her, took her by surprise. What his exact comment was, I think someone snuck up on her and grabbed her. Okay, well, if she came out this door and somebody snuck up and grabbed her, you know damn well a 5-year-old's going to scream her head off. Number one, the dog would have already been barking because the dog was probably outside somewhere, I'm assuming. But they would have heard her scream. they would have seen somebody come up to this area to abduct her. Yes, it wasn't much of a garden, Cindy, but this is what I'm telling you, what they're claiming, right? To me, I think it was all just set up that way. So if she, and I'm going to get back to this. So is there a door over here? Probably. So he says at first, he says that the mother watched her go in the door. So I'm assuming there's a door over here. They're over here for her to watch go in the door. So she goes in the door. He next states that the boys were playing on the internet. So the boys were playing on the internet in the house. She went downstairs to the basement to play with her toys. I'm also going to mention about this downstairs. She shares a bedroom with her parents. Odd. Okay. You see an air conditioner in the room here. We've seen a lot of pictures of the inside of this house. I don't have them to bring up right now. This is the most organized, unorganized cluster, you know what, that you bear with me. But I really felt I had to address certain things after some of the lives that I seen last night. Okay. So if she came out, if the dad's narrative, what he was, this is his very first interview. He says the mother and grandmother were right here, watched her go in the house. So there's a door somewhere on the other side here. She comes through the house, past her brothers that are playing on the internet. Please remember this. Playing on the internet. She goes downstairs to play with her toys. Then he states that she went out an unlocked door. Somebody abducted her right here as she went out the door. Impossible. No way in hell. Okay? There's no way. There's no way that she would come out this door. The dog that is generally outside, the mother apparently, next narrative that he gives is, oh, the mother went on a walk. Okay, well, the grandmother was still there. The grandmother would have heard anybody coming up this driveway here to get her at this back door. And how does he know she went out the back door? How? How does anybody know? Because they said the last time she was seen was she was going down into the basement. So, number one, how do they know she even left out through that door? What about a window? Right? How do they know she went out this back door and the back door was unlocked? Because he initially said that that door is always kept locked. So how does he know she went out an unlocked door? Okay. He's pushing the narrative, and this is reminding me of Barry Morphew, pushing the narrative like Barry Morphew. She went out the door and was abducted. The next thing he brings in is a bear could have got her. Here we go again. Barry Morphew, it was a mountain lion. Do you see what I mean, where the similarities are? This is very Barry Morphew number 2. Okay. Now, he has created a narrative of what happened. He says in an interview that this is what he was told. But he states some things. She went out the door. The door was unlocked. If the last time she was seen was upstairs, how do they know she went out that unlocked door? How does he know, or why does that come into play? She was kidnapped when she went out the door. It doesn't make sense. The grandmother, even if the mother had gone on a walk, who goes on a walk and leaves her kids behind, and then goes in the house 3 to 4 minutes later and she's gone. So you're trying to tell me, Dawn, that in 3 to 4 minutes, Summer leaves this area where they're planting a garden, goes in the house, passes by the boys playing on the internet. Don't forget, he said on the internet, went downstairs, come out a locked door where somebody was there to abduct her took off with her without a dog barking and without anybody hearing her scream or anything because she's being abducted. Okay? This here, this is the house, okay? The trailer's over here somewhere. The door is here, I believe. So the door is here, the trailer is here. They were planting flowers here. They would have seen or heard anybody coming up this driveway. This is the exit to go back onto the main road here. See how you come up the driveway and it goes around. It goes right by the mother's trailer. They were planting flowers here. They would have seen or heard anybody coming up here. Okay? Or up this way. They would have heard her scream. Okay, so I'm just going to... Tracy says, I think it's weird how the dad told the mom to call 911, but then says he called 911. Yes, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Okay, so let's get back to this. So this here makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. None. Now, what I'm going to show you is this is a statement that the father made. Okay, we're going to go over this a little bit. I have the link to this in the description below. Okay, let's just go over this. The father of 5-year-old Summer Wells, who's been missing since Tuesday, told the Times News Friday he believes his daughter was abducted. I can't see chat right now, you guys, so please forgive me. Okay, but there's a few things in here that I want to point out. Okay. Don Wesley Wells spoke to the Times News about the circumstances surrounding the daughter's disappearance and what has been happening to him, his wife, Candus, and their 3 sons since Summer's gone missing. Well, what about Summer? Never mind about what you're going through, your wife, your 3 sons that are there and safe. What about Summer? What about what's happening to her or what happened to her? Okay, it talks about there's been a massive search. Wells spoke about what happened Tuesday evening. Okay, so let's see what he says. Don Wells. I was at work, but from what my wife has told me, her mother, and Summer were planting flowers by her grandma's trailer, which is about 20 feet from the house, real close to the house. Summer all of a sudden said, Mom, I want to go in the house. So she said, fine. So 20 feet from the house. Don't tell me that within 20 feet, that's from me looking to my back door, that you would not see somebody abduct her. Okay? Her 3 brothers were inside watching TV. Wait a minute. I thought they were playing on the internet. Right? Candus watched Summer go in the door. Her brother said she was going to go downstairs and play with her toys. Wait a minute. Watching TV? I thought he said at the beginning they were all playing on the internet as usual. Okay? That's what the dad said in his very first interview. Yeah. All of a sudden. Yeah. Her mom came in and said, where's Summer? She's downstairs playing with her toys. Candus hollered at her and there was no answer. She went downstairs and Summer was nowhere to be found. She went out the basement door. The door was unlocked. When somebody gives extra in a statement, they're trying to convince you. They're trying to convince you of something that's not true. Okay? So, Summer has never left the area, and Wells said he doesn't believe she would leave. No, she probably wouldn't. She probably was scared out of her wits and knew what would happen to her if she ever left that property. She did not leave on her own accord. Donald Wells said, she might be on the other side of the house. I went out there before and called for her. She came out from behind the house. And this is what I mean by adding narrative. He's trying to convince us of his theory. Okay? Yes, way too many stories, Nancy, and way too many versions. And she came out from behind the house. She just has to be outside. She's an outside type of person. She was gone, buddy. Okay, you just contradicted yourself. She just had to be outside. Well, she was outside. Remember back here? Summer all of a sudden said, Mom, I want to go in the house. Why would she want to go in the house if she was an outside person? You think that she would want to be outside with Mom and Grandma, right? It's contradicting. A lot of contradictions in this too, you guys. So, and this, she was gone, buddy. It's very odd. He said his wife called him at work in Johannesburg, and he told her to hang up and call 911, and he immediately headed for home. He arrived before law enforcement. Now, I don't know how far this Johannesburg is from their home, but he arrived before law enforcement. I'm sorry for the cough, you guys. But many of his neighbors were already searching the area around his home on Ben Hill Road. Sorry, you guys, I had to mute you for a minute because I didn't want you to hear me hacking and coughing. Good morning, Leland. Good morning, Mama Shan, April. Everybody who's come in. Rosie, good morning. Yeah, his story is changing a lot, okay? So he arrived before law enforcement, but many of the neighbors were already searching around the area of his home. So this is what I want to know. If she called Dawn right away when she couldn't find Summer, who went around to these neighbors and said, hey, she's missing? Who? I don't get it. Another thing I don't get, which I'm going to show you in a moment, is there's somebody that has been talking that is in the area. And they said that the children were seen playing down by the end of the road by the bridge on Tuesday. There's also something else I'm going to show you from Tuesday that was posted earlier Tuesday. Actually, I'm going to show you now so you get the vibe that I'm getting. This here was posted on Tuesday before Summer went missing. This is the grandmother. Posted this on, I think it was on her Facebook. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I pray that you have a safe, happy, and blessed day. Ironic, right? And she posted this. Good morning. The will of God will never take you to where the grace of God will not protect you. Okay? Her grandmother posted this Tuesday morning saying, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I pray that you have a safe, happy, and blessed day. And then with this, the will of God will never take you to where the grace of God will not protect you. To me, this is very telling. Very telling. What do you guys think of the grandmother posting this Tuesday morning before Summer goes missing? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Yes. Yes, Leland, I believe he did say that he called 911. Yes. I think it's more than suspicious. I think it's very more suspicious. This was posted a week ago. This was posted the morning that Summer went missing by her grandmother. Yes, he also states that he called 911. But I'm trying to go in a timeline here. The audio of the 911 call is public. Yes, I've seen it. Yes. Yes. Hello, Linda. Yes, I'm going to do an updated read, Linda, and I'm going to try and include the sister being missing too. But I want to try and stick to this and the red flags. Yes, they are both Candus, Allison. Okay, so let's get back to this. So he arrived before law enforcement. But many of his neighbors were already searching the area around his home on Ben Hill Road. I'd like to know who went and told all the neighbors to start searching, because she was still at home. She didn't want to leave the house, the mother. So who went around and got the neighbors involved? And how did he arrive before law enforcement? Don Wells, I was freaking out. And when I got home, I drove up to the property and all my neighbors were combing the woods for her. I realized then and there that she was not there. Really? I knew right then and there that she was gone. Really? She would never leave there on her own. Somebody had taken her. How could somebody have taken her without anybody that were the mother and grandmother right here? Apparently she was taken from right here. No way. How do you know she was gone, Dawn? Whoops. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Somebody had taken her. Okay, Mr. Wells said it is his belief that Summer was abducted and taken out of the area. Donald Wells again. She would never leave. Not for one thing, we've got bears and wild dogs, and we got druggies who come around to other people's houses all hours of the night. But this was like 5:30 in the evening, which makes me think someone was laying in wait. I heard somebody say that people track kids down on Facebook and find them. All I know is she is definitely, okay, here. All I know is she is definitely not anywhere around here. Somebody has abducted her and taken her out of the area. He is making a narrative. When I say Barry Morphew, for one thing, we've got bears and wild hogs and we've got druggies. He is putting a narrative. This is a distraction. This is a distraction. The way that he is, hang on, let me just click back here to chat for a minute. Sorry, you guys, I can't see chat while I'm doing this because I've got it full screen. So I have to click back and forth. Yes, Mama Shan Shan. Oh, that mountain lion, yeah. He's saying things without question. He can't know for sure she's not in that area. Exactly, Ashley. And it's not like he says this once. He says this over and over and over and over. It's like, Dawn, who are you trying to convince? Me or you? Okay. Okay, let me get back to over here. Okay. Now, he says, I heard somebody say that people track down kids on Facebook. This house is in a very remote area. The driveway is full of trees and everything. This is a type of place, you guys, that if you didn't know the house was there, You wouldn't find it. The driveway is rickety. It almost looks like it's an abandoned area. Okay? So to say that somebody was just cruising around, and if you see the area of this, it's a very small road. It's not well traveled, and it's not many people go on this road. So are you trying to get us to believe, Dawn, that somebody that was searching for kids to abduct went down this road that's barely visible, hard to find, up the road to a house that would be very hard to find, take a chance of waiting for a kid? Maybe, is there kids even in this house? Of taking a chance that maybe there's kids in this house and maybe this kid will come out and I could abduct it. There ain't no way in hell. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Like, there's no way in hell. Okay. Mr. Wells said law enforcement has done a good job pursuing every lead and that he willingly took a lie detector test to assist in the investigation. He said he and his wife have been looking at photos of potential suspects. Nowhere does it say that he has taken a lie detector test except for him. Sorry, you guys, I'm back over here again, so I can't see chat. Donna Wells says, they have tracked down all kinds of people. They even had me in there with a lie detector test. It didn't bother me to do that whatsoever. A lot of time, the parents are responsible. I have not heard anything from law enforcement saying that he is not a suspect because he passed a lie detector. The only one that has brought that out is him. Again, his narrative. He's trying to convince us. And I'm going to tell you guys something. The reason that I believe that the mother is not speaking, and you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, from day one, the father is the only one that started speaking. He has put out a narrative that he wants us to believe, just like Barry Morphew did. She was abducted. A bear or wild dog or something. They have them all over here. He's putting that in our heads, okay? Without saying that's what happened, he's trying to plant that in our heads, okay? He started a narrative. He can't have her talk now because I know she has some disabilities of some kind, okay? She is more apt to mess up the lie. And that's why he does not want her speaking. That's why I think she's just putting these things on TikTok and Facebook and stuff like that. He does not want her being questioned because he doesn't want her messing up his narrative. He's making a narrative about something that he was not present for. Going on what the mother said to him, he says, why isn't the mother or grandmother who was there apparently when it happened, they should have been the ones speaking, not getting secondhand news from somebody, Donald, who wasn't there. And he's speaking a lot of for fact, verbatim, about things that he was not there to see. Hearsay. And I believe he is keeping her from speaking because he is afraid that she is going to mess up his narrative. But he's doing a really good job of that on his own. He said the kids, when she went in the house, the boys were playing on the internet as usual. Okay, that wouldn't be unusual for kids out in the middle of nowhere to be on the internet all the time because what else is there to do? But then he changes it that she went by them and went into the basement and they were sitting there watching TV. Which is it? And how do you know? You went down to the basement. She went out the door. The door is always locked. But today, sorry, you want us to believe this was the one day that some random stranger happened to find this dirt road, find this dirt driveway that looks like it's abandoned property up the road, because you can't really even see anything because of all the trees. But you want us to believe that somebody went to this extent to find a lonely dirt road with not many houses, with a lonely driveway that I don't even know if there's a house up there or kids, that somebody is going to go up this avenue for a child abduction. Especially when people are outside, adults are outside, and you're going to kidnap a kid who's going to scream. The adults are going to hear there's a dog. Get off the pot. But he wants us to believe that. Okay, the Wells family are members of the Kingsport Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kingsport. Wells said they love their church family, and Summer especially has many friends at church. They just love her to death. What a comment to say when your daughter is missing. They just love her to death. There's a few things that he said. I don't know if I've got it on the video, but if you've seen one of his videoed interviews, he mentions something about this fire and hell. I think it's a quote from the Bible or something, that he brings up the fires of hell and stuff like this. Funny that in my read, fire came out. Fire on my Ancestor card means either a heated, aggressive argument or something or someone was burned. Just putting that out there. Wells is originally from Utah, and he met his wife in Arkansas, where their oldest son was born. Candus Wells is from Wisconsin, and she had a sister who went missing there several years ago and was never found. Wells said, although he doesn't know much about that incident. Well, I'm going to see if that will come out in the next read I do. The Wells family moved into their Ben Hill Road residence 13 years ago to take care of his mother, who has since passed away. They inherited her house and have lived there ever since. Summer and the two youngest boys were born here. So the interviewer from KTN asked, what have you been doing during the search? I'm just trying to cope with everything. I'm talking to the police. I can't be alone for some reason. If I have to, I'll go down there and talk to the police because I can't be alone now. Why are you scared to be alone? Or is it that you're scared to leave somebody else alone? Right? To me, him saying this, for somebody who's a truck driver, you spend a lot of time in your truck alone, stuff like that. You should be used to that. I understand your daughter's missing. But to me, this is not about, I can't be alone for some reason. I think this is, he cannot leave someone else alone right now because he is scared if he leaves somebody else alone right now, that somebody may do a big oops and speak to a reporter, maybe. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I can't see the comments right now. But let me know what you think in the comments. So the reporter says, how are Summer's brothers doing? Dawn says, they're coping with it better than me and their mother are. I don't understand that. Really? How well are they coping? Or are they terrified that they may be next if they open their mouth? When they really think about it, they're upset. I bet they are. But they're coping with it way better. The most I've done is watch the news a little bit. I can't focus on anything. Okay. he says, the most I've done is watch the news a little bit. No, that's not what he says in an interview. He says they're constantly watching the stories and the Facebooks and this and that because Candus is getting so upset about what people are saying about her. So there's another one. You can't focus on anything. I wonder why. You're too focused on keeping your lies straight, but you've messed up, Dawn. You've messed up many times. The reporter says, do you have hope that this will end well? Donald Wells says, I have hope. But when you look at the statistics, through our church and other churches, worldwide prayer is going on for her. Plus, all the law enforcement agents are praying. We're just hoping that God will turn it around somehow, some miraculous way. How he answered this when the reporter said, do you have hope that this will end well? I have hope, but when you look at the statistics, period. Through our church and other churches worldwide are praying, worldwide prayer is going on for her, period. Plus, all the law enforcement agents are praying, period. Where does it say that you guys are praying? Where are you, Dawn, saying, please, if you have my daughter, return her. Whoever took her, abducted her, please return her. Where are you saying that, Dawn? If you believe that somebody abducted your daughter, I have not once heard you plea for her return. Not once. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So when he's asked this, do you have hope that this will end well? I have hope, but when you look at statistics, he doesn't want to elaborate on it because he knows she's gone. Okay, then he says, sorry, you guys, we are just hoping that God will turn it around somehow. That is a very loaded answer. Turn what around? In some miraculous way. Because for her to come back from the dead, like you mentioned from your Bible quote about the flames of hell or whatever that was, I don't remember, you guys, and I just couldn't, I didn't have time to find the spot where he said it. What are you talking about, Dawn? We're just hoping that God will turn it around somehow, some miraculous way. What, bring her back from the dead? He knows what happened to her, and that's why he did not elaborate in his answer to this question. He talks about everybody else praying for her, but them. Where's your prayers, Dawn? Where are you saying, Dawn, we are praying every night? The boys and my wife and I kneel down and pray and beg, and I don't, what? But churches and other churches worldwide are praying for her, but you aren't? Okay. Then he goes on to say that we are just hoping that God will turn it around somehow in a miraculous way. He knows what happened to her. Yes, there's a picture of the mother right there. There's a picture of the mother right there. Michelle, I'm going to get into that because there's a lot of pictures. I'm not going to put them up, but I'm going to touch on that because I'm back over here so I can see your chats now. He knows she's not coming back, right? Michelle says, I pray she wasn't abused. Well, I'm going to touch on that, Michelle. I thought long and hard about putting these pictures up, and I'm not going to. They're out there if you want to go and see them. I just can't look at them because I break down in tears. There are pictures out there of this little girl. There's about 6, 7, maybe 8 different pictures where she's around other kids or adults where she's holding her privates. Hello, Angelina. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody for being here. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. I do not, as you guys can see, there's no super chats or anything here anymore. I have taken the monetization off. So I'm not getting paid for my videos. Nothing. Not that I made a lot on them anyway, but I did take them off for various reasons for now. So please, I'm asking, it's free. Please hit that like button. So I believe that she was abused. Shannon D, so do I. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here, you guys. So I can't see chat again. I just want to pop in. So this is very concerning to me. He knows she's gone. I think there's part of this that I wanted to play for you. But I'm going to have to stop sharing it and then reshare it because I didn't share my... audio. So let me just, before I play what I want to play you here, and I'm going to just give you a little bit of a narrative first about what you're going to see in this video. Because this is why I say that I feel like this is very much Barry Morphew #2. But let me just see. Hello, Missy. I did see something about a fishing hole. I've seen so many pictures. Yes, please smash that like button, you guys. It's free. I don't monetize my videos anymore or ask for super chats or anything. All I ask is hit that like button and share this out. It's free. I don't know, Missy. I've seen so many. I mean, I had to stop watching videos of her because, like I just said, I see a lot of her holding her privates a lot in several different photos and videos, and it just creeps me out. So, yes, Allison covering her privates. Yes, it is. Thank you, sis. Hi, Mama Shan. Okay, so let me get back because I want to, okay, so what I want you to watch for, I'm going to share this video with you. And what I want you to watch for is his head movements. You remember the Barry Morphew? I just want you to come home and he's shaking his head no. Watch this. He speaks of how she went out the basement door that was usually locked. How does he know this stuff? Some bad person grabbed her. I'm getting very bad Barry Morphew vibes with this guy. So I'm going to share with you part of this video. And there's some other things that he said that irks me. Okay, so here we go.
Right, and I guess you guys are. I don't know what that road looks like, but if it's anything like where I grew up, it's pretty spread out. It's up a holler. Not a lot of close neighbors to talk.
Okay, so can you guys hear it? Yes, please hit that like button. Okay, could you, I've got it paused right now, but could you guys hear the video? Okay. I've got the volume right up. So, okay, so this is what I'm talking about, you guys. It's a very yucky driveway. It's not like it's a nice paved driveway and whatnot. But listen to what the reporter says and listen carefully. Turn up your volume. Listen to what he says when the reporter questions him, because the reporter calls him out. Okay, I'm going to rewind it a bit, and I want you guys to really listen to this and what the reporter is asking him and what he answers.
Never started to come up there, and they're just not letting anybody up there.
Right. And I guess you guys are. I don't know what that road looks like, but if it's anything like where I grew up, it's pretty spread out up a holler. Not a lot of close neighbors to talk to.
They've been all through there with a fine tooth comb.
Yeah.
Several times over. She's not in the area.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you notice how he says they've been over this area with a fine tooth comb? She's not in the area. But he said that before this big search even happened, that she's not there. Okay?
I just can't imagine who would be bold enough to go up a holler.
Okay, listen to what the reporter says. I can't believe somebody would be bold enough. I love this reporter. Listen to this.
A blind holler that, unless they had done some research or something and knew what they were looking for.
No.
And then they have to time it right.
Yeah.
It just seems, it's hard to believe that something like that.
Okay, you hear the father? He doesn't know what to say because the reporter is questioning his narrative. When the reporter questions his narrative, he does not know what to say. Let's listen.
It can happen.
Well, to be someone pretty desperate for money or whatever, or I don't know what their angle is, but yeah, they'd be pretty desperate.
Well,
Okay, so you hear what the father says when the reporter says, like, I can't see this happening. It's so desolate out there. There's no way that I can see this happening. And the father doesn't know what to say because his narrative is finally being questioned. Okay, somebody is going right off the deep end about this narrative that he has projected, right? And he says, oh, somebody's got to have some balls to come up there, and oh, yeah, well, they got to be pretty desperate. Well, that's very telling. So what that tells me is he's reflecting back onto his own situation. Keep that in mind, you guys, okay? This reporter is calling him out on his narrative. He in turn says, well, the person had to have been pretty desperate. Who was desperate? I think it's somebody in that house. But let's continue.
I guess, how are the kids doing? How are your sons doing?
It seems like they handle it better for some odd reason that I don't understand. My oldest boy, though, he'll stop from time to time and say he misses his sister, stuff. But, your mind has a way of forgetting every now and then. I find myself doing it too.
Did you hear that? Your mind has a way of forgetting every now and then. For a statement like that to come out of his mouth while his daughter is still missing is very telltale. Very telltale.
Every now and then but then it comes like flooding all back, of course,
Yeah.
I might get away from it for about 15, 20 seconds, but it'll all come back. That's the first thought on my mind when I wake up.
Okay, I may get away from it for 20, 30 seconds, but it comes rushing back. He knows. He knows what happened to Summer. My opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Right, Vinny, who forgets their baby? This is very telltale to me, you guys.
Well, do you remember what your last memory was of summer? What y'all were doing?
Let's pay attention to this, okay? Because there's clues here. Do you remember the last thing you were doing with Summer before she went missing?
Probably the night before, she wanted to twirl. She wanted me to. I just hold my hand while she twirled, because that's what she considered herself a ballerina or a princess kind of thing. 5 years old.
Yeah. She likes to dance. I saw that video of her dancing in the rain. That was real cute.
That's the video I was wanting to get out. She asked if at all possible.
Okay.
I'd like everybody to see that.
Are you working today?
I'm trying to. I'm here talking with my employers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how you could. I wouldn't be able to work under these circumstances. It's too much.
Yeah, it is. It's too much, but I'm just trying to have hope and faith in God that He knows all things and that He will protect her is my hope and prayer.
Yeah.
Wherever she's at, and that He will turn it all around someday. To glorify His name. That's what my prayer is.
He hopes that God will turn it around to glorify His name. Who's he speaking about? Glorify God's name or glorify His name? To me, he's looking to the future here. And it's almost like I'm taking that as he's almost foreseeing the future and how His name is going to be up there. It's almost like he's going to become a martyr. I think he's speaking about himself. He's very me instead of Summer. Okay? That is my opinion. And I think that he's trying to make himself a martyr. Let's continue.
Daniel was led into captivity, and I don't know. He trusted in God the whole way, all the way through.
Okay, did you hear that where it said where God will lead you into captivity? Do you remember this post from her mother that morning, the morning that Summer went missing? The will of God will never take you to where the grace of God will not protect you. And he is using a lot of this God stuff too. Now, I don't bash on anybody's religion, but when you are using God to try and cover up something like this, it's sickening. It is sickening. And this is part of his narrative. Okay? This is part of him trying to convince us to believe him. And how they are using God in trying to do that is sickening. This is what the grandmother posted the morning before Summer went missing. The will of God will never take you to where the grace of God will not protect you. That is very telling. And then for him to bring up here what he just did, let's go back.
Daniel was led into captivity and
lead us into captivity. Yes. And I have always said that from when I first started this channel. In every truth, you will find a lie. Yes, there's a lot of clues in this interview. Let's continue.
I don't know. He trusted in God the whole way, all the way through it all, even to the point of being put into the fiery furnace.
Did you hear that? Even being put into the fiery furnace. I got to go back to chat and see what you guys think. Do you remember what I said to you guys? Do you remember what I said to you guys about when the fire card came out in my read? Did you hear what he just said? Into the fiery furnace. When I did my read, I got a feeling that she could have been burned. So for him to come out with a comment like that into the fiery furnace. That's a clue. I do believe now that she has been burned. If you go back, and if you haven't seen my read, go back to my read. And it's like, wow, that fire card came out in my read. And he mentions that. Let's listen to it one more time. If you didn't catch it, we'll listen to it again. Before I go over there. Harmony, did you see the TikTok where it made Summer look like she was on fire? No, I didn't. Thank you, Harmony, for sharing that. It was a filter thing. That's very telling to me. The fire card came out in my read. Okay, here's Radmilla says she remembers the fire card. The fire card came out in my read, and I said she could have been burnt. Okay, let's listen to it again.
I don't know. He trusted in God the whole way, all the way through it all, even to the point of being put into the fiery furnace. Right? He was willing to do that for his God, and that's...
He had to do that for his God. What? Did I hear that right? He had to do that for his God? What? Is that part of a scripture, you guys? I don't know. He had to do that for his God. Put into the fiery depths of hell, or whatever, that furnace, or whatever it was that he said. What? He had to do that for his God? What? Let's continue.
That's the only thing I can, lean to.
That's the only thing he can lean to. Exactly. When Suzanne Bortz, when your daughter is missing, why would you post about being protected? Fiery furnace. Was there a burn pile? I don't know. But there's been many things that he has said that are right off the wall for somebody who is talking about their daughter who is still missing. Just like the people at the church love her to death. Who says something like that when your child is missing? Let's continue.
Is people like him, and maybe she's got enough experience in the church that she'll never forget it, and maybe that will lead her back home someday. That's my prayer.
Was there anything that was said at church or any kind of fellowship that that gave you a little bit of comfort on Saturday?
Oh yeah, all kind of stuff like that. Yes, sir. I can't remember specific.
All kinds of stuff like that. They're saying things about your beautiful daughter who's missing, and you can't remember. All kinds of stuff. You can't remember because you don't care. All you care about is people being focused on his narrative. That's all he cares about. Anybody that strays from his narrative, he tries to bring back to his own narrative. How can you not remember what people are saying about your beautiful daughter who is still missing? Like, I'm sick. Shaving of her head. Oh, okay. Yes, maybe it was lice, but they have medicine. Yes, and you've seen a box of lice, a box of stuff to get rid of lice with a knit comb in another picture that was shown on other people's channels. But wait till you see what messages I've found from another channel, and I'm going to give her a shout out. I'm going to show you that next, about somebody that either knows this family very well or lives by them, has made some comments, and those comments are going to shock you. Okay, so let's get back to this.
Typically, just I don't know, just having good people there for you, it's a comfort. People willing to talk to you.
People want to talk to you. Are you that lonely? That's all you're concerned about, is having people to talk to? Oh,
The main thing, right?
that's the main thing.
All I can do is put it in God's hands, right?
Okay. Well, there something else that you wanted the public to know about what's going on?
No, just that.
Does your family need anything? Because I know it's probably hard for you to get out and get necessities and stuff.
No, we are absolutely fine as far as that goes. Everybody takes the searchers and the police, all kind of stuff, and they've been bringing us a lot of that stuff to our house. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And he laughs about people bringing stuff to his house. Who laughs? He's laughing. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, we got all kinds of people bringing stuff to the searchers into our house. Ha 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 ha. Oh.
They've been really good. Really good. Just appreciate everybody for their efforts. That's all I really do. I know they're trying hard.
Did they really ramped it up this weekend, didn't they? They brought in a lot more people.
Yes. Yeah, and they're not stopping. They're not stopping. But I just, feel that she's not in the area.
There he goes again. She's not in the area. I can't count. I gave up trying to count how many times he has said she's not in the area. Do you remember Barry Morphew? We searched here, so there's no sense searching here because this is where we've searched. That's Suzanne. I do believe her remains are going to be found near that house. But there's so many characteristics of Barry Morphew in this guy. Okay, so we're gonna go to another video because on that note, there's some other things here that I want you to see.
Through Sort Road in Hawkins County. About 6 o'clock Tuesday afternoon into early evening. So the most recent development in this situation in the search for this 5-year-old.
Sorry, you guys, I just want to find the spot where
Any sources of saying in part, quote,
okay,
she would never leave our hill. He continued on in that.
Okay. Oh, I paused it and this is what happened. Sorry. But you can see
that he believes that she
how desolate it
is.
is.
A lot of what's been going on in remote Hawkins County for the past 2 days has been searching high and low for Summer Wells. They were actually in a news conference today, said that they had just gotten to a mile radius in their search area of where they are beginning to search for this young 5-year-old. The problems that they are having in this search process for, again, Summer Wells, who you see right now, is it is so remote and the terrain is so steep and so.
Okay. Do you see that? It's so remote, steep. What person who wants to abduct a child is going to go there? They're going to go to a park area, somewhere where they can grab a kid real quick. Okay. Now, there was something here. I am so unorganized this morning, you guys. But he says right here, she would never leave our hill. I think that someone snuck up on her and grabbed her. Again, if somebody snuck up and grabbed her here, somebody would have heard her scream. Somebody would have seen her. You guys seen, it's only about 20 feet. Okay. But there was something here. Let me just see if I can find where he says something here.
That they have to search with not get any at right. You can see right there from the WVLT drone just sort of really what people are looking at in Cruiser. Al Johnson said in outcome of this 5-year-old.
Okay, so this is not the one I was looking for. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I want you to watch his body language. I was looking in the wrong video, you guys. Yes, the dog would have started barking. Okay, so I don't got this full screen. I will put it full screen, which means I can't see your chat right now, but I will put it back so I can. But I want you to watch This is the very first interview he did. See the child's face? Watch his hand on his son. Mama Shan. She slept in the basement with her parents. Excuse me. I want you to watch his body language when he's talking. Do you remember the Barry Morphew when he was saying, I just want her to be found, and he's shaking his head no? Watch this.
And she says, where's Summer? She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there and she was gone. So
you see how he was shaking his head no there? Let's watch again.
So when her mother come in, she says, where's Summer? She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there and she was gone. So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and we haven't seen her since.
This morning.
Okay. Did you guys see how much he shook his head no? Because, and the way he's looking up and around, he's trying to remember the narrative. Okay.
Donald Wells spoke on camera for the first time since his daughter disappeared.
Please, let Summer be okay. And please come home.
He says it's unlikely Summer would leave the house on her own. Wells says the last time anyone in the family saw Summer was when she entered the house to play in the basement after gardening with her mother and grandmother. Wells also spoke about his gut feeling about Summer's whereabouts.
Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea.
Wells.
Okay. Did you see that? Let's play that again. When he says some bad person grabbed her, he's still shaking his head no.
Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea.
Wells says.
And we have no idea. I think he said who, and he's still shaking his head no, which tells me he knows.
Law enforcement have covered leads on area sex offenders and drug addicts.
We're trying to think, beat our brains out. We've covered everything that we can think of already.
Do you see the shaking of the head? No.
Investigators say they have followed up on 85 tips so far. Wells says he is overwhelmed by the massive numbers of personnel on site.
We just really appreciate everybody trying to help that they have, law enforcement and all these volunteers that are here. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life.
Do you see how he constantly shakes his head no? But this is the area. Look at this, you guys. Their house is like up here on a hill. Who's going to go up there looking to abduct a child? They're going to go to a place where it's going to be a lot easier than this, especially with people outside the house, and you're going to go and try and grab a kid from right in front of adults. The police know. The police know. They just got to find the proof.
That was John Janko report.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to show you there. Now, here is another one. I forget what he was saying here. I think we've already seen this video. But he was saying, oh yes, okay, we're back to this. Okay. Okay, so we already went through this. Sorry, you guys. Like I said, I'm very unorganized this morning. I've just got so much on my brain. Okay, so Donald Wells says that Summer and the grandmother and her mother were outside planting flowers Tuesday evening. He said that she came back inside the house and went downstairs to play in the basement with her toys. Just a short time later, Summer's mother came in the house and asked where Summer was. They called for her and didn't get an answer, and then went downstairs and noticed Summer was gone. Donald added he has no idea what might have happened to Summer. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you over here. This is Crime Story Obsessed. If you haven't checked out her channel, I suggest you go over and check it out. There's a couple points here that I want to point out in her video, but this whole video is great, you guys. So please, if you haven't, head over to Crime Stories Obsessed and check this out, because there's a lot in here. But there's a few things that I wanted to point out here, okay? This is one of them. This is a statement that Dawn Wells made. I think it's a shame on our country's part that anyone can just go into Mexico unchecked. What does he mean? What the hell does he mean there? Okay, here's another one.
Good. And then the grandma posted this the other day, and it says, be honest, how many of you would pass a random drug test?
Right? So the grandmother posted that. Okay, the next thing I want to get to is this. Now, this is somebody that lives near the area and may know the family, okay? Lots of activity by the guardrail right now down from their road on Beach Creek. Lots of FBI. They are looking all up under there, have been for at least an hour. Okay, and then somebody else commented, damn, I was just reading about the order of protection the mom dropped not long ago, said she was afraid for her and her children's lives. I'm going to show you that. This was recent that he posted that, Leland. Leland says, when did he post that? That was the last thing I showed you about the Mexico thing. He just posted that recently. Okay, so let's watch this.
I can tell you why that is.
Okay, so this is why they were searching that creek. Now, this is somebody who knows the family, I believe. The three brothers were playing all around that guardrail and Dry Creek last Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. So this is like an hour and a half after their sister has gone missing. The three brothers were playing all around that guardrail. And somebody said, was that the day she went missing? And this person said, yes. Okay, and apparently I will let you, I don't want to spoil it all. I want you to go over and check out her channel, because apparently Summer, just before she went missing, she had a friend come over, and apparently that friend came over to help her clean the house because of DCS. I'll let you guys read through that. It's back here. You guys can read through that. I want you to go over and check out the video and go and check that out. But there's something else here that I want you to see. And it's at the 5:35 mark. Okay, so we'll go here. Okay, so this person is talking about Dawn. Yes, I do believe he was abusing Summer. I also believe he got back on drugs. I've tried to get confirmation, but my grandma is unsure. However, in March, he came to Utah unannounced and stayed with my grandparents for a couple of months. He brought one of his sons with him, only one, which I found odd. He told us he left his wife, enrolled his son in school and everything, so he fully intended on staying but wouldn't elaborate on anything. He was heavily drinking and
drinking and stole from my grandparents.
Stole from her grandparents. So back in March, Dawn left Candus, took one of his kids with him, enrolled him in school in Utah, and then ended up stealing from this person's grandmother.
My grandpa got into arguments with him over the way he treated his son, and he left and went back to Tennessee. It was all very bizarre. Summer's father was the one that attempted to sell his two older children for drugs. It was 25 to 30 years ago when his older children were young.
Okay, so obviously this is somebody who Dawn went and stayed with this person's grandmother and grandfather. He left, if this is true, he left Candus in March, took one of his sons, went to Utah, stole from this person's grandparents. Apparently the grandfather got into arguments with him over the way he was treating his son, and he left and went back to Tennessee. It was all very bizarre. Okay? Like I said, I want you, when we're done this live, I want you to go over to, I've got a link in the description below to this. Go over there and check the whole video out. Okay, so now we're going to jump to 636. Okay? Now, what we're going to see here is the protection order part of it that Candus got against Dawn, and why. Okay? Now, she got a restraining order against him. Okay? And they said to describe the abuse. She said, this is Candus stating about Dawn. He drinks and throws things. I'm afraid of being hurt. He is abusive physically and mentally toward me. I am afraid for my children and myself. My mother fears he is going to hurt her because she is staying in her camper on the property. Yes, Olivia, I agree. In that interview, the last interview I showed where he's shaking his head back and forth and he has that grip on his son, that boy looked terrified. Okay? So, yeah, March was only a few months back that this happened. And now she recently got rid of this restraining order. But this is her describing the abuse. Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at is at 738. Okay. So this is also stating, it was stated they were planting flowers by Grandma's trailer, correct? I have also read that the trailer is 20 feet from the home. If that is correct, why did Candus walk Summer halfway back to the home to see her brothers? Wait a minute. Did Candus say that she was walking her back to the house to play with her brothers? I thought she wanted to go in the basement and play with her toys. Like, there's so many red flags here, you guys. And Candus said that she watched her walk back to the house. And now apparently Candus had said that she walked Summer halfway back to the home. And yes, for 20 feet, like I'm looking at my back door, which is probably about 35 feet from where I'm sitting. And I can see it clear as day. So that's kind of odd. Okay. Okay. And here is the garden that they were apparently planting in. See how it's right at the back of the trailer? Okay. So it's like 20 feet to the house. So let's listen to this part. Here's the garden. Okay. So this looks like, I don't know what this is. Is this maybe a shed or something that's also there? Because this isn't the trailer. The trailer has, or is this the back part of the house? Yes, this is the other side of the house. So, okay, I get it now. So down here, you guys, okay, if you go further down, like there is a back door here. So this is the door that they said, it's over here, is where Summer apparently went out. Okay. This is the door that she would have went in. So this is the other side of the house. So they are right down here somewhere, you guys. Right down. I keep hitting the line. But the trailer would be down below here somewhere. Not far from here. Because here's the driveway. And the driveway goes right in front of the trailer down this way. So this is the door that she probably went in. So why would you have to walk her halfway back to that door when she plays all in this area? And then she went out, apparently the door over here, which you can still clearly see if anybody came up that way. I'm going to turn this music down a bit here, you guys. Yes, that's part of the house. This is the back part of the house. So this is, the trailer would have been down below here. So she would have walked up here and in this door, which was 20 feet from where they were planting flowers at the trailer. They would have been planting flowers over here and down a bit somewhere. She watched her walk to here. But then she says she walked her halfway. Why would you? Anyway, and then this is the door over here where they're saying she went out. It's just odd. It doesn't make any sense.
Now, somebody else was saying, so a couple of things stood out to me.
Yes. So Tennessee Missing Updates and Discussion has said, so a couple things stood out to me. If someone has pointed this out already, I've not seen it and do apologize. Notice how the boys are better groomed, not dirty. They're pretty healthy looking and they eat good, dressed, decent, and smiling.
If someone's pointed this out already, then I apologise. But they said, notice how the boys seem to be better groomed. They're not as dirty. They have nicer hair. And they look like they probably eat well and, you know, dress decent. They're smiling. And it always seems to be that the boys are eating ice cream or nice things. And she just seems to sit and watch.
See, even here. Oh, it does look like maybe she does have a spoon here. That looks like her little arm up here. Yeah, she has a spoon here. But I don't know. So it's so odd that the boys are cleaned up in summer and kept in nicer clothes than Summer. It's blatantly clear that Summer isn't liked. There's just a whole bunch. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can go and check out at Crime Stories Obsessed. Go and check out this video. She gives a lot of information there. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that. So, what do you guys think? I'm just looking at my notes here. I think I've covered a lot of what I wanted to cover. I know there's so much more, you guys, to this. There's so many more red flags. But this is what I just kind of put together this morning quickly so I could discuss this with you guys. I just find it very odd. And I said this at the beginning of this live. I do believe that it's the father that is keeping the mother from speaking. Okay. He makes some comments. One being along the lines is, I don't want to be alone. No, I think he doesn't want to leave the mother alone because he's afraid that she is going to speak and she's going to mess up the narrative that he has put out there that he wants us to believe, that I think is totally false. I do believe that this happened long before she was reported missing. Like another case. I don't think she went missing at the time that they said. I think she went missing before then. Is it possible that they did something to her and the father took her? He's a truck driver and disposed of her somewhere else? Yes, it's possible. He's made sure to let people know that she wouldn't be found around there. He has stated it hundreds of times. But I do think that he is keeping the mother from speaking because he's afraid that she is going to mess up the narrative that he has planted in everybody's head and wants people to believe. What do you guys think? I'm going to look at the comments now and see. But yes, I agree that that son of his looked terrified. Tanya says, I found it odd. He was gripping his son during the interview. Take a look. He's got his shirt in. Oh, yeah, I noticed. Believe me, I noticed. That's why I put it in this. It had to be shown. I don't think he sold her. I really don't. Yes, Summer Dawn says, I just know she didn't run off. Put it this way, you guys. If she had just run off that night when they had the choppers up with the infrared, they would have picked her up. Okay? The amount of area that they have searched, okay, they would have found her by now if she had just run off. Yes, I think the law enforcement should have taken the other kids immediately. And apparently there was an open DCS case. If you go over to check out Crime Stories Obsessed, she has all that on hers, on her channel. Yes. Yep. I believe that they do need to separate them and question them. But I believe the father is doing all the talking because he's afraid that if a reporter gets a hold of the mother, you've seen how she wrote. She's not very articulate. I do know she has some mental health problems. So we're not going to, we're not going to pick on her for her not being able to spell properly. She has some disabilities, and that's fine. But with that being said, I think that's another reason why he doesn't want her speaking to police or reporters, because I think that she's going to give up something that's going to get them caught. And she's going to stray from the narrative that he has already projected. No. The only way that she is not within a quarter mile of that house, like how far can a 5-year-old get? You know what I mean? And I can't even give that thought any validation because nobody came and took her. She did not wander off. Nobody came and abducted her. I showed you guys pictures of that remote area where their house is. If somebody is out to abduct a child, come on. With what we know, the mother and grandmother were outside. Kids were in the house. Where she was apparently taken from, that basement door, when she came out the basement door, she was abducted, is in earshot and eyesight of where adults were. Come on. Do you think somebody, even if they did happen upon this house, would chance being caught with people outside, people inside? Now, went searching for a place to abduct. That's the furthest place somebody looking to abduct a child is going to go. They're going to go where it's much easier, escape, getaway. They're not going to go to a remote place like that where the neighbors are going to see, who is this guy? We've never seen this car before. We've never seen this truck or this person around here ever before, right? Raising eyebrows. There's properties right at that main road coming into the road leading up to where they live. People in the area, do you think they're going to take a chance? Like, everybody knows everybody. It's such a small little place. Do you think they're going to take the chance of going up there knowing that people are going to go, who the hell is that? No, not a chance in hell. And dog on the property, not barking? No. She was gone long before they reported her missing. And I think these kids are scared to talk because they're scared of what could happen to them. I think they've seen a lot of abuse, a lot of physical, mental, alcohol, and drug abuse. I think they've seen it all and they are very scared. Just give me a second here. Okay, sorry, that was just my neighbor next door messaging me about something. I don't know if he did it or she did it. In my opinion, one of them did it. And I am leaning towards him taking her and disposing of her and using, he's gone to work. He was a truck driver. I do believe that something happened to Summer in that house. And I do believe that one or both parents disposed of her body somewhere. And correct, she is not going to be found around that house. Absolutely, Christine Ingram. Me too. Hermie says, I don't feel right about the dad at all. Me either. Leland says the dog would have been barking if someone came up there. They did not know. Exactly. Not only would the dog be barking, the other people, you have to go by people's home to get to where they live. They would have noticed a car that shouldn't have been there, or a vehicle that shouldn't have been there, or a person that should not have been in the area. They didn't come up with a good story. Exactly. To go walking up a strange lane and then up a driveway, a strange driveway, I would be afraid of getting shot too. So that blows right out of the water. There's no way that somebody looking to abduct a child would have gone and done it there, especially with adults outside and a dog and everything. It just, no. I'm not even giving any validation to what the story that he's trying to get us to believe. I don't believe one bit of it. Yes. And he does state, Jenny, that the dog went to the end of the driveway and then stopped. Right. Because I think that somebody got her in a vehicle and the dog chased them to the end of the driveway. And I think they did that a lot. When the family would leave, that would be something I would be interested in knowing. That when they got in the car to go somewhere, like go fishing, go for a ride, did the dog always run to the end of the driveway and follow them to the end of the driveway and then back to the house because, oh, they're going out, they're gone. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the dog went down to the end of the driveway. I believe that she was put in a vehicle and taken from that property. And I don't believe it was by a stranger. There you go, Missy. Hi, Missy. I'm trying to get back to your email. My daughter has said that there's one waiting there, and I am trying to get to it for you, Missy. I grew up deep in the hollers. My granny and daddy shoot at anyone up there. Yep. Because nobody has any reason to be up there, especially even if it's somebody just wandering around and got lost and went up there to walk up somebody's driveway. No. Nobody should be going up there. That's private property. And yeah, I get it. And I agree. Oh, he's not a where did that go? I'm sorry, you guys, that I'm so behind in chat here. Somebody just said he's not a truck driver. What does the father do? Hey, Missy. Harmony. In case the mother is reading and listening, if you need help, please email or message any of these creators. If you have to, they will help you get to safety and you won't have to do it on your own. The help is there. She's more than welcome to email me. Des, if you will put up my email address, please. Okay, even worse. He's a construction worker. Well, yes, we know. Okay, I'm going to put it out there right now. This is my opinion only. I know that this did not happen the way the father is narrating it. It didn't happen. So yes, if Summer's mother would like to reach out to me, email me, I would gladly talk to her. Okay, I will put up my email address. Here's my email address. Brenda Robson says the dad said on AB chat together links Summer has been trafficked. Yeah. Like I said, he's trying to give a narrative and he wants us to believe it. I don't know where my sister went. Des, where did you go? I don't know where my sister went. I don't know if she's lost connection. But there's my email. If Summer's mother is listening and needs help or wants help to get the truth out, please email me and I will help you. Yes, Virtual Asylum says, saying you think your missing daughter has been trafficked is a huge red flag. My daughter was missing. That is the last place my mind would wander. Exactly. Cami Note says, notice he's talking long-term, like I hope we see her again someday. He's talking about seeing her again in the afterlife. That's what I am getting. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him having actually taken the polygraph. I think the police would have mentioned something like that to get heat off of him if it was true. So I don't know how much of that I believe. Just give me a second, you guys. Okay, so Des is gone with the kids to a trampoline park. Oh, thanks, Leland. Love you too. Oh, so sweet. Thank you. I love yous all. Okay, so he's a drywall hanger. Yes, there's only one way onto the property and one way out. I have not seen it, Christine. Yes, I think the kids, Carol, very good point. I think the kids know something, but he's not letting anyone talk. Exactly. That is my thoughts. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I agree 100%. Hello, Justice Janie. Nice to see you here, my dear. Yes, Patsy, I agree. Most dogs do bark. Huskies or Alaskan Malamutes don't. I have one. She's not a guard dog. I don't think that dog looked like I don't think it was a purebred. Said that the dad is his own boss. Leland, I think a parent has to be present for them to talk to the kids. Now, I don't know what's been said or done, or if the police have even talked to them yet, but I believe that if they tried to talk to the kids with the father there, the kids would say exactly what they were programmed to say. Me either, Venny. Me either. Tori Russell says, I have a Husky Pit Bull mix. He's very protective. Yes, I had a boxer and an old English bulldog, and they are both very protective. They are both past now, but they were very protective. Hello, Nature Lee. New sub here. Thank you very much for subscribing. Yes, the truth is going to come out. It can't be hidden forever. Destiny Haynes, yes, I have done a reading on Summer. It is in, if you go to my channel and click on videos, it should be the first one there. It is in my list of videos. So just head on over to the video list on my channel. There's a tab up top when you can click videos, and it is there. And you're going to be shocked at what comes out in there, especially hearing now what the father has said. That video was done, I think, the day after she went missing. And what her dad just said in the media about the fire and everything else, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but go and check it out. I'm sure they have interviewed both parents, but I don't think the mother said much of anything. It was the father saying everything. So is he the snake or is he the trickster? I believe that he is the snake. He's both, actually. I think because the trickster was at the head of that read, it connects to everything. It connects to what exactly happened, okay, on the left-hand side, but it also connects on the right-hand side as to what's in the secret position, which means it's not known yet and has not come to light yet or is being hidden. So he could also be a trickster too. Kimmy says they're trying to cover up some things. The mother's hiding her face. The father's prancing around, wants his face shown. Yes, I think he wants to become a martyr. Yes, I think he's both too. I think he's both the snake and the trickster because he's making up a narrative. Mom is also a trickster. I believe Mom is a trickster. And I think that she's doing things to help cover up. And what she doesn't realize is the things that she's doing and putting on the TikToks are actually harming the way people think about her instead of helping. Yes. Summer was in pain and hunched over in the last photo. Helping her walk back to the house could make her more. Okay, so in that photo, you will see that on Crime Story Obsessed. Head over to her channel after this live. You will see that picture. That picture is taken with her friend. Apparently, that friend went to stay with them for a bit to help clean up the trailer or the house or whatever because DCS was involved. But she was sent home a day early. So why is Summer hunched over? Good question. Kelly Bennett says, it will all come out. Yes, it will. Comp 2 says, I wonder what the grandma knows. I'm going to show you something, Comp 2. Do I still have it up here? Yes. I think the grandma knows everything, and this is why. I'm going to show you what the grandmother posted on her Facebook the morning that Summer went missing. This, okay, I've got to get rid of that so you can see. This is what the grandmother posted the Tuesday morning. The morning that Summer went missing. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I pray that you have a safe, happy, and blessed day. The picture here says, good morning. The will of God will never take you to where the grace of God will not protect you. So, does the grandmother know? I think so. Yes. He was also talking about the border. Okay. So, you asked if the grandmother knew. I think so. For her to post that the morning that Summer goes missing, take into account the things that the father has said. Yep. Amy Note says, I need this reading. Yes, if you go to my page, my YouTube page, click on videos, the reading for Summer will be there. And I am going to be doing an updated read with, now that I have all this information, I'm going to do an updated read. And I'm also going to try and see if I cannot get anything to come out also about the missing sister from years ago. I don't know if she put it out there for a clue or if she put it on there to console herself. Like, God's got her. God's going to take care of her. God. You know, I think it was more of consoling herself knowing what happened. The grandma posted things like that beforehand. That's cool. But for it to be posted on the day that she goes missing, I find it strange. Because it talks about you going somewhere and God taking you somewhere and God going to be protecting you, which means she's in heaven, to me, my opinion. I don't think they questioned the boys alone. And I think that the boys were told what they could and could not say. And I think the boys are very scared to say anything outside of what they were told to say, because I think that they're scared for their lives maybe too. Just my opinion. Right? Knowing that they're going to go back. Yeah, exactly, Mimi. Knowing that they have to go back there. No, they're not going to say nothing. I believe it was one of Summer's friends that came to help them clean the house. Came for a sleepover to help clean the house. Yeah, I think the grandmother knows. Kids will be removed from the family when one child is missing until parents have been cleared. The kids haven't been removed. And LE has said nobody has been cleared yet. They're not ruling out anything. So why they haven't been taken into protective custody, I don't know. Because as you've seen in the West case, the other kids were taken immediately into protective custody. Christy Paxton says, I said earlier, this is going to be another Tylee and JJ story. Sadly, I do think that too. If mom knows, grandma knows. Yep, I agree. Yes, this is not God's action. Can you imagine how that friend feels now and is thanking God for being sent home a day earlier? And why was she sent home a day earlier? A day early. It's funny she was sent home the day before this happened. Right? There's too many red flags. I'm sure that they had cadaver dogs go all around that property and cadaver dogs out on searches. Yes, I believe everybody in that house. Maybe not the youngest, the very youngest one, or the two youngest ones, but I do believe the oldest child, the father, the mother, and grandmother all know. Yes, and I said that in my read. That came out in my read that they are lying, that she did not go missing when they said she went missing. She went missing before that. Brenda says, apparently the mother filed a protective order against the dad. Yes, I brought that up and showed that on screen earlier on in this video. So you'll have to go back and check that out. In that, she did stated they wanted a list of the description of the abuse, and she listed it all there where that he did throw things and smash things, and she was scared for her and the children, and she was also scared that he was going to hurt her mother. Yes, I agree, Deborah, and I don't know why the other kids have not been removed yet. From what I understand, Flyer B, you'll have to go to Crime Stories Obsessed to get the full story on that. I do believe that she had been there maybe a couple days, but she was sent home a day early. The next day is when Summer went missing. I'm sure that law enforcement can get all that, Summer. I haven't actually, I think I might have seen that TikTok. But if you notice, like, I didn't want to put up a lot of those pictures because I noticed, and others also pointed out, that she is constantly holding onto her privates. So, and I couldn't. I'm sorry, you guys. I just couldn't. I do believe, Maureen, they have brought in every type of dog you can imagine. Okay, so Jenny Cuddles and Kisses says the news has now picked up on the protection order. I seen it on AB's. Yes, I did also put it on here earlier in the live. I don't know. I don't know. Jeanette says, I truly say the mother has done something. They need to do a hair test on her. I think the older boys know, so we took their sure. Yes, so do I. I just find it weird that this friend was sent home a day early. The grandmother posted that God thing in the morning and said, stay safe. And then did Summer actually leave that morning with her dad? Was Summer really even there? Nobody outside of that family can say when the last time they seen Summer. Yes, and I'm going to touch on this very quick, and I'm not going to answer because I'm an animal lover. Apparently, the dog was being shot by the boys with BB guns. And that's all I can say about it, you guys. I will start throwing up. Yes, and she does look like she was in pain, especially in the last picture with her friend where she's hunched over. Kelly Bennett says, I grew up in the hollers as well. The police have stated that they have interviewed everybody that they thought may have some involvement regarding family-wise and known sex offenders in the area. They said that they have spoken to each and every one of them and have, I don't know if they've ruled them out, but I know they have spoken with them. Ah, Jenna Lee, interesting. I have no idea. I don't know if somebody else in the chat here knows if there has been a GoFundMe set up. Yes, and there's a waterfall near their house. I did see a picture of a waterfall. And in my read, for those of you who have seen my read, for those of you who haven't, please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, because I am going to come out with some more updated videos. And I'm also going to be doing, I've had about 50 requests in by email to do a read on Maggie and Paul Murdaugh. So that is coming up also. So please hit that subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're made aware when I do those reads and when I do the updated read on Summer, because I'm also going to try and see if I can't get any information about the sister also going missing. I'm not sure about that, Flyer B. I haven't seen anything regarding that. Okay, so Be Kind said, as of yesterday, there are no GoFundMe account. That would be interesting to know too, Patsy. When was Summer last taken to a doctor? Deborah says, I'm waiting for your follow-up. It's so right on. Some intervention should have taken long ago. Yes, I agree. Yes, I had heard something along those lines too, Susan, so thank you for that. Police will see the family gets fed. Yeah. Police will see the family gets fed. Do not go fund me to drug addicts. Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Kelly. And thank you to everybody that is here and is taking this in. I mean, we need to get this out there, okay? We need to get pressure put on the person or persons responsible. We need to let them know that we do not believe the narrative that is being put out there. And it's only a matter of time. The first one to go to the police with the information to what happened to Summer is going to be treated better than them having to hunt you down. Please, if you are listening to this, go to the police with what you know before they come and find you. The first one to give up the information is going to be treated the best. Mark my words. I agree, Rosie. So I am putting that out there, you guys, and I can't say it enough. If you are listening, email me. I will help you. I'm in Canada, but I will help you. I don't care if my phone bill gets to $1,000 with calls that I would have to make to help you. I would do that for you. So if you are listening, go to the authorities or email me and I will help you. Go and tell the truth before LE comes to you. Yes. Law enforcement, you got to realize there's how many agencies working on this. They are going to find the truth. Believe that. Harmony, you are very welcome. I try to get as many on there as I can. Kelly Bennett says, how can this be allowed to continue? Kelly, they've got one shot, okay, at arresting those responsible. They're going to make sure they've got everything they need to do that. And that's why I am putting out there. If you are listening and you know what happened to Summer, email me or go to authorities. If you're scared to make that call, and if you're scared that he's going to see something, or that you're put in a position where maybe your things are being checked, your phone records are being checked by somebody, email me. I will get the help to you that you need. I will make sure of it. I've got body chills up and down my body because I do believe that somebody is going to break. Shelley Jakes says, thank you for all your hard work on all cases. You're very welcome, Shelley. And without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to get it out the way I do without all of you. I mean, all of you are, I thank every day for each and every one of you. You guys help as much as I do because you guys reshare this. You guys put the word out there. You guys help just as much as I do. So as much as you thank me, I thank all of you too. I want to also thank my sister, Des. She's just been a blessing in disguise. And I want to thank her too for everything that she does do for each and every one of the subscribers here and for everything that she is doing for our channel. I couldn't do it without her either. So there's a lot of times I have to turn to her and say, you know, Des, like, should I do this? Should I do that? Or how do I do this? How do I do that? So, you know, she deserves just as much credit as I do. And I credit each and every one of you because without you guys, we wouldn't get this out. We wouldn't be able to get this out and share to so many different platforms. Every time you guys share this video or my read videos, it gets it out there. It puts pressure on those responsible to come forward. I believe my read on this is smack on. So I'm actually fearful for the people who know exactly what happened. It's going to come out, and I'm doing an updated read, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out. I'm sure the lady is a tramp says have police look for fingerprints on doors and basements. I believe they got the FBI, they got TBI, they got everything there. I guarantee you they have done due diligence on this. Yes. Willow, Des, and Miss Missy. Wonderful. Thank you, Rosie. We love you. Yes, it has. This has really consumed the news. So the more you guys share this out, the more that you bring people here to hear it here on the other channels. AB is another fellow Canadian, has great content. Check him out if you haven't. So shout out to AB, my fellow Canadian. Let me just get his link. I will put his link here too. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share a link to one of his latest videos right here, you guys. Where did that go? There it is. Okay, so here's the link to AB's latest video. He also plays the police scanner. He does a lot of that at night. I know CPS has been involved with this family, and that's why the other girl was, the friend of Summers was brought in to help clean up the place, but was sent home a day early. And then the next day, Summer goes missing. So there's a lot there. Aw. Virtual Asylum says, love this channel. So glad I found you. Well, thank you. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Jeanette says, much love to you. Thank you, and much love right back. Yes, I know some people have told me in some of her TikToks and stuff like that, she's commenting about using Summer in the past tense. So that's a huge red flag there. And they have a registered sex offender living at the address. It's just so sad. I think that's been checked out though, Destiny. I don't think he was living there recently. I mean, recently he was, but I don't think he was there when this happened. And they have checked him out. Yes, the other channel is Crime Stories Obsessed, and also AB. A, capital A, space, capital B. You can check out both those channels. They're pretty good. I believe the father did, and the mother could have too, but I also heard that the father did. Virtual Asylum says the dad, and I use that term loosely, she said, considered herself a princess and ballerina. Yes. There's a lot of things. Excuse me. I agree that the children need to be saved, and that could only be done by removing them from the home. Exactly. Jeanette says they've been stopping cars on interstates. Yeah, but I believe it's a little too late for that. I think she's already long gone. So, okay, with that, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Please go and check out Crime Stories Obsessed, and also a fellow Canadian of mine, a friend of mine, AB. Check out their channels. They have a lot of coverage. AB has a lot of the police scanners when they were calling in the helicopters and stuff like that. Please go check them out too. Crime Stories Obsessed has a lot of information there that she has gained from either family members or members of the community. She has a lot of good stuff there, so please go over and check her out too. But please, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, please hit the like, share this out where you can. I will be doing an updated read on Summer's case. Hopefully it brings out some information too about the missing sister of Summer's mother. Also, I will be doing a much requested read on Paul and Maggie Murdaugh. Apparently they were murdered in June 7th or something like that. I don't know a lot about it, but all I know is they were murdered on their property. So I'm going to, I don't want any, please don't put any information about that on the screen. I want to go, like I always do, go blind into these readings, so I'm not being swayed by things that I've already heard. With the updated read on Summer, yes, I do know quite a bit now about the story, but that's also going to help me see what my ancestors are showing me too. I'll be able to piece it together a lot better. Okay. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and being part of this live this morning. Please share this out where you can. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please also hit that like. It's all free to do. And you will be notified when my updated read, it will be in the next couple of days, comes on about summer, and also the new read with Maggie and Paul Murdoch. Okay. So thank you again. Thank you, Des and Missy, for being here to mod. I appreciate you. Love you to the moon. Thank you for everybody. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for being as invested in finding this little girl as I am, and about getting this information out there. Okay. And yes, welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. You're not going to be disappointed. Okay. Until the next time, you guys, please take care of yourself and please stay safe. Bye-bye for now.